Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So my name's Katie and today I'm going to be talking about 5 books to read to kind of beat the January blues. So these are books which will just put a big smile on your face, and obviously this time of year can be a bit kind of a bit drudgery and but hopefully these books will kind of bring you some cheer and make you feel all warm and cozy inside. So yeah, that's just what I wanted to try and do with this video. I just thought it was a fun idea and easy content. But yeah, so without further ado, here are the 5 books I think you should read to beat those January blues. So the first book we have is Light from Uncommon Stars by Rika Oki, and this book is so kind of heartwarming and just really kind of poignant and just a kind of nice reflection on humanity. So basically following 3 different characters. So the first one is Katrina, and she's a trans girl who's been kicked out of her home, so she's kind of run away to San Francisco, and she's really good at playing the violin, so she wants to try and kind of make a living as a musician. And she sort of catches the eye of this other character called Shizuka, who was this famous kind of violin player, but then she mysteriously disappeared from the public eye, and since then she's kind of been training up prodigies. So she kind of takes Katrina in as her latest sort of prodigy to train up. Shizuka has secretly, unbeknownst to Katrina, has made this deal with this demon that in exchange for kind of 7 souls of violin prodigies, she can then have her like violin playing talents back. I can't remember the exact nature of the deal. So anyway, Katrina is her last like sacrifice. So that's really entertaining. And then at the same time, there's this family of aliens who've come to Earth because they're escaping from their sort of dying solar system. And they are trying to set up this like donut shop as a kind of front for repairing their spaceship. So you also have that storyline, which is really cute and really like, I love seeing the kind of aliens like learning how to almost be human. I like the whole donut thing, I love. And then Shizuka and the main like alien lady called Lan sort of have a bit of a relationship, which I also really love. And like just seeing like all the characters like personal growth, but especially Katrina, and like learning to kind of her like value in herself and believe in herself is just so like, oh, so moving and just heartwarming, and it's just really great. And the writing is just like a warm hug as well. It's kind of very like Becky Chambers vibesy. So yeah, I would just highly recommend. Yeah, so that's that one. And then we have a middle grade, because middle grade always just puts a smile on your face, but that is Eva Evergreen, The Semi-Magical Witch. So this is such a cute book. It's so like wholesome, heartwarming, like all these books on this list. And so following Eva, who's this witch who only has a pinch of magic, and she is essentially wanting to go on this quest to become a novice witch. So at the moment she's an apprentice witch, and then the next like stage up is a novice witch. So in order to become a novice witch, they have to go on this little quest to go to a town and then help out this town. So it's kind of very like similar like to Kiki's Delivery Service kind of vibes, but I feel like it does stand on its own, like it's different. But so Eva anyway travels to this town, and there she makes some new friends, which I really loved, and she meets this little flame fox thing called Ember, who's the cutest. And when she's in town, so she is only kind of semi-magical witch, which she's kind of looked down on by other witches because of this. So when she gets to town, they're a bit apprehensive about her because she's not as magical as she should be, but she sets up this kind of magical repair shop. So she combines her like cleverness and skills with her magic in order to kind of achieve the same outcome, which I really liked. I think it's a really good message actually. Like it's not just innate ability, it's kind of how you use it. And then Eva has to save this town from this like magical storm which is threatening everything, and I just really love it. Like the friendships are so cute, Eva's kind of journey is so cute, and like that message of believing in yourself, and also like what you have is already enough, and like yeah, I just love it all. And like oh, and yeah, I just really love it. It's so cute and so wholesome, and will just put a big smile on your face. So yeah, so that's that one. And next we have Winter's Orbit by Everina Maxwell. And this one, so it's a bit wintry, so fits this kind of this time of year vibes, but also it's just the cutest little romance and will make you like smile and like those kind of feels. So we're essentially following this, it's kind of a sci-fi like space opera type thing. We're following this main character called Kiem, who's like this, I don't know if he's exactly a prince, but he's like a relative of one of the royals, and he's basically told that he has to marry this other character called Jayen, who was married to his cousin, but his cousin like mysteriously died, so now Kiem has to like step up and take the place because they need to be married in order to appease this like treaty of this like overarching galactic like ruling force thing. So they have this arranged marriage, and then it's kind of like them getting to know each other, and Jayen has quite an arc of sort of healing from abuse and trauma, which I thought was really good. And just Kiem is just this like wholesome little golden retriever. It reminds me a lot of Adolin, who, if you know me, I love him. So obviously I love Kiem. And just the whole like, I thought it was a really good balance of like romance but also sci-fi kind of politics. There's so many like cute scenes, and I feel like it will just put a smile on your face. Like, yeah, that's all I can say. I really love some of the more wintry elements as well, like the kind of the world where it takes place is like very kind of snow globy, which I really liked. And there's like a scene where they kind of get trapped in the like wilderness, and I just think it's so good, and so would highly recommend as well. Okay, then this next one is like a bit sort of, I don't know, I feel like it was just so entertaining that I would just like suck you in and put a smile on your face, I don't know. And that is Little Thieves by Margaret Owen. So I feel like this one, it just had such a great time reading, and it kind of reminded me why I love YA sometimes, and just the whole like entertainingness of it. I feel like will just leave you feeling like so entertained and like smiling, and I don't know, I just really love all the characters, and like they're just really kind of warm the cockles of your heart. And again, it feels like a bit like it almost takes place in a slightly wintry sort of more feeling, like it feels like kind of Germany atmosphere, and for some reason to me I associate that with kind of Christmassy time, who knows. But I think, yeah, so following Vanja, who is this like jewel thief, and she's also posing as a princess, so she's like swapped places with the princess. So she was a servant, but now she's like impersonating this princess, and the princess has had to go to like the slums and be a sort of peasant. So it's a retelling of the Goose Girl, which is, that's kind of the story of the Goose Girl. But yeah, so Vanja's now impersonating this princess, and is also at the same time being a jewel thief and like conning these nobles. And so then hot on her heels is this junior prefect, Emmerich Conrad or something, and he is convinced that Vanja is the jewel thief, so he's like trying to pin her down, and their sort of relationship is hilarious. Like they'll just put the biggest smile on your face, and Vanja's so like funny and like so kind of it just completely makes fun of him, but like in a light-hearted way, and then he's just like so oblivious, and he's so cute. But yeah, I really love their dynamic. And then also Vanja then gets cursed by this god, because she's quite a bad person, so basically this curse is she has to reform her ways or she will like turn into a jewel. So Vanja then sets out trying to reform her ways, but it's so funny the way she does it. And yeah, it's just a really entertaining read. It's one of those stories like almost like kind of it's really not similar to A Christmas Carol, but it's kind of like the main character who's kind of a bit like bad, kind of discovering what it means to be good. I don't know, I just really like it. It's really entertaining. There's some really great themes, and it's just generally quite light-hearted while having some kind of deeper messages. And yeah, you'll just be smiling like a lot while reading, and the relationship is so funny. And I just feel like it's a really kind of feel-good book, while being like really entertaining and really interesting. So yeah, I would highly recommend this one. The last book I have on this series is, this video series, I don't know, is The Library of the Unwritten by AJ Hackworth, even AK or AJ? AJ. And this whole series as well, Archives of Forgotten, which is the sequel, and God of Lost Words, which is the final book. This is just such a feel-good series. Like, it's so kind of heartwarming and like really like found family, like cozy vibes, but also really entertaining and just like a great ride from start to finish. So following Claire, who's this librarian for Hell's Library, and she is in the branch of something called the Library of the Unwritten, which is where all books which have never been written go. And one day a character escapes from one of the books called Hero and goes into the real world and like tries to track down his author, which is really like bad. So Claire and her assistant Brevity, who is like her assistant, and then Leto, who's this like demon from hell, who's just like riddled with anxiety. He's so funny. All go to try and track down Hero before he gets up to mischief. And yeah, it's just really wholesome and really cute, and just the farm family is just great. And I just love the whole like imagery of like the library. Like it really feels like a book for book lovers, but also the kind of hell, and it feels in a way a bit like Good Omens as well, those kind of vibes. And they like travel through some different realms. Like I'm sure at one point they end up in like Valhalla. It's a bit crazy, and then just everything like is just, the sequel just has a really great kind of polyamorous relationship, which I love, and just the kind of heartwarming messages of like what it means to be human, like finding your place in the world. And it's just also kind of like I don't know, I'm really bad at describing things, but yeah, I just really highly recommend it. It will like put a smile on your face and make you feel all comforted and cozy, and I feel like it's just that kind of great feeling for this time of year. It's like that is it Danish word, is it hygge? That's kind of the vibes that series gives me. So yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. It's a nice little short one, so I feel like keeping recommendations list to 5 books only helps keep my video lengths down, because sometimes I can just ramble on forever. But yeah, let me know in the comments a book which you feel like really cheers you up or comforts you when you're feeling down, because I feel like all these books are like comfort books for me. And also I feel like also romance is my go-to when I like need cheering up. Maybe I'll do another video with like 5 romances to beat the January blues, because I feel like all of these have been sort of SFF, which is what I read predominantly, so that's probably why. But yeah, some really like romances that I love that will like cheer you up, like the Brown Sisters books, One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. What else? Written in the Stars. I love that one. I feel like I've read some other romances which I love, but I can't think of them. Yeah, so romances anyway are great as well. So yeah, if you like the video, please give it a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I hope you're all having a really great day, and I will see you next time.